there's nothing better than grilling. 4th of July weekend is like when everybody gets out there and they get ready to grill. And of course, if you're going to grill, you want to be grilling on a Weber grill. So what do? We pulled a few strings. You've seen this man all over the place on your television set. He's been on Good Morning America. Jamie Purviance, thank you so much.
It's great to be here.
I can't believe it. I mean, when I read my notes and saw that you were coming here with the Weber grill and that we were going to be doing some steak, and you've got this new book here, Weber's Way to Grill.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the killer when it comes to grilling. You are the main man, right?
Well, I've been doing this a long time, and I've learned a few things, and Weber's Way to Grill is really all of my best techniques.
Yeah,
it's got a ton of recipes, over 160 recipes, but every one of them has a lot of technique involved, and we show it in photos, step by step, like 5 or 6 photos for every single recipe to really do it right, because, on this 4th of July holiday, I'm reminded of the Declaration of Independence, which said that all men are created equal, but not all steaks are grilled equally well, right? I mean, sometimes they're a little bit subpar. So this book is about doing it right, and I'm going to show you right now.
All right, we're doing some steak, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
so we're going to do ribeye steaks, and the first thing we're going to do is season them up really nicely with a garlic paste, okay? Now, one mistake that people sometimes make with garlic is they chop it up, but they don't get it really fine enough. They don't get it down to a paste. So here's the technique on this. What you do is you take some sliced garlic, and then you take a little bit of coarse kosher salt and sprinkle that over. And now the salt actually acts as an abrasive and allows you to really smash it down so that it turns into this paste that really kind of melts into the meat. It sort of gets below the fat and the juice, and now you see it won't burn. It'll just be part of this beautiful caramelized flavor
so it's
on
like
the surface.
It's like a paste for the steak itself before you even get
That's
it
right.
to the grilling. Okay.
So you take some of this and you smear it on the surface of your steak like this. Now, one of the really important techniques with grilling steak is to get this seasoning on, particularly the salt, a good 15 or 20 minutes before you're actually going to grill it. Okay, because what happens is the salt begins to draw a little bit of moisture to the surface of the steak, and that mixes with the garlic and the meat juices and the fat, and it creates sort of the foundation of this amazing crust. Like a great steak, right? It has this really nice brown caramelized crust on the surface. You know what I'm saying? And the way you get that is by salting it ahead of time and letting the steak sort of lose its chill. When it comes out of the refrigerator, it's super cold, right? But in 15 or 20 minutes, it loses its chill, so now it's going to cook a little bit faster, which means it's going to be juicier and more tender in the end.
All right, so you take it from the refrigerator, you let it sit out for maybe 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, with salt and pepper and whatever seasonings you like.
And that's when you take it to the grill.
And that's when you take it to the grill. During that time, you preheat the grill.
Okay.
You get it up good and high, okay? We're talking 450 to 550 degrees, because we want to sear the outside of that steak. That's another big... Yeah, we got some already going here. Doesn't that look like something you could eat?
We got Leroy on camera. It's not going to be pretty. Leroy, don't eat that yet, please.
So I'm going right here over direct high heat to start. Okay, now I'm trying to develop that crust. And because searing equals flavor, you're actually developing whole new flavors on the surface of the steak here. And I want to actually do that. I know it looks good, and I want to keep it open so you can see it, but this all happens much better if the lid is closed. All right? The grate stays hotter that way, and you saw a little bit of smoke being generated. You capture all that smoke this way, and it actually flavors the steak. Also, it cooks the steak faster because you're cooking from both the bottom and the top, and you're going to prevent flare-ups this way, too, because you're not allowing so much air getting into the fire.
Now, you mentioned the fact that you were doing ribeyes here, right?
Yeah.
Is there a steak that you prefer? Is there a reason why you prefer the ribeye?
Yeah, personally, I love a ribeye.
Okay,
I mean, it's just a luscious steak. It has a really, generous amount of marbling. This creamy white fat in here is really, really flavorful and super, super juicy.
Now, one of the things, I've seen people cut the edges of their steak to keep them from curling up and stuff when you're dealing with a thinner steak. Is that necessary to do? So they don't curl up?
That would be a sign of an inferior steak if it really curled up on you like that. So I would say just start with a good steak.
That's it.
You notice that I've got a pretty thick steak here? That's another good tip. The thicker the steak, the better the chances you have of getting really nice dark color on the outside without overcooking the inside. Another thing to keep in mind is what I call the sear and slide rule. Okay.
Sear and slide.
Okay. Yeah. If you were to cook a steak this thick entirely over direct high heat, there's a tendency for it to burn on the outside before the inside really got to your perfect doneness. So what you do is once you have good color like these do, you take it from the very hot part of the grill and you slide it to the back of the grill. Actually have that burner off in the back.
Okay.
And now with the lid closed, you're actually kind of roasting the grill to finish, and you're letting the inside sort of slowly catch up with that dark outside.
Now, I notice you have a few other things on your grill there.
I do.
What the heck is going on there?
Yeah, well, these are just some of the vegetables that you can do. Most people are familiar with peppers and corn. Here's a surprising one, broccolini. All right.
What is it called?
It's called broccolini. It's a member of the broccoli family, but it's very small, thin stems. They're relatively tender. And I have this technique in Weber's Way to Grill for cooking them all the way through, start to finish, on the grill. A lot of vegetables you have to blanch first, put them in some boiling water, get them tender, and then grill them. I found that if you just soak broccolini for about 20 minutes in a bowl of cold water and then take it to the grill, what happens is they actually sort of steam and grill at the same time.
Oh, nice.
So by the time they've got some nice color and char on the outside, they're really tender on the inside. So you can do the whole meal this way, right? You can do your main dish, your side dish. You can do your desserts. You can do your side dishes like this. I've got a ton of recipes for desserts in the book. I've got appetizers. I think the mark of a great griller is the ability to do the whole shebang, from appetizers through desserts.
Yeah, we gotta get to eat one of these things.
Speaking of which, we need a fork and a knife. There you go. You can dive into that if you like. This is the mighty ribeye with that nice crust on the outside.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Weber's Way to Grill. The best way to grill. Oh, Jamie, that is fantastic.
Good. I got one more tip for you. You got time for one more on
Real
doneness,
quick.
because it's a big issue for people. How do you know it's done? Most people like a medium rare. Let me show you. Press the base of your thumb like this. This is what a raw steak feels like. If you put your first finger and thumb together and press that area, this is a rare steak. Put your middle finger and thumb together, this is medium rare. Okay, so that's what it should feel like on the surface of the steak for medium rare.
Oh, man.
So now you've always got this tool with you. You should never overcook your steak.
In fact, we're just about done. But if you would like to pick up this book, you can go to Weber.com, right?
Weber.com, Amazon.com, or basically any bookstore in America.
Jamie Purviance, thank you so much for
thanks,
being here.
Steve.
He's the Weber guy. It's Dance Party Friday coming up next. Hey, you want a merengue?
I'll give it a try.
Keep it right here on Connecticut Style. Merengue.